Andy and Dave Daly on the Muskegon channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. That's Dave Cackley. Everybody's excited because it's Friday. And, boy, I got to tell you about last night.
What'd you do?
I experienced a little culture.
Really?
Yes, I did.
In what form?
Well, we went to a play.
Look at you, broadening your horizons.
I know it. We went to...
You're not a theater guy.
I don't mind. I kind of dig a little culture once in a while.
Yeah. All right.
We went to Aquinas College. They were showing. They were doing To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, very cool.
In the Circle Theater there. Have you ever been there?
Yeah. Yeah, my brother directs shows there all the time.
Did he really? Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Wonderful production. Great retelling of To Kill a Mockingbird, and it was Cindy's idea. You know, she teaches that in English class at Fruitport. Every year, so she's like, "Oh, this is showing over there. Why don't we go do that?" So we started the night out at Outback Steakhouse, laid waste to a couple of nice steaks in Outback, headed over to the show. Bada bing, bada boom. You know, it was an all around perfect Thursday night.
Oh, fantastic!
Yes,
good to hear.
The play was really, really captivating. The cast was great, and really enjoyed it. Really had a great night. That's not getting old.
What?
Dinner and a play?
No, that's good. That's
Is
a good.
it? Okay.
That shows growth.
Yeah.
You know, I've always liked going to plays and music. Not so much musicals.
Right.
My brother directed a version of Rent.
Okay.
And that wasn't my thing.
No.
It was a good show, but I don't like. This is what I like acting. I just like, give me dialogue, give me good dialogue. I don't need it sung throughout the entire performance.
Right.
So I can look and I go, okay, that was a good performance. It's just not my thing because I don't like a lot of singing. I don't mind, like with musicals, if it's acting interrupted by occasional singing, that's fine.
Right.
But when it's sung throughout the entire production, no.
I think the next thing we're going to try for is Wicked. They're going to have Wicked at DeVos Hall this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be good.
I think we've always kind of wanted to see that, and you know, I like the original version of Wicked that was on Broadway with Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth. Really remarkable.
I heard about it. I never saw it.
Huh?
I heard of it. I'm not really sure what it's about.
It's like a.
I don't know what it's about.
It's a prequel to The Wizard of Oz. You're frozen. Are you there?
Oh, you were frozen.
No, you were frozen. It's all your fault.
We good now?
Yeah, kind of.
I'm sorry. Okay. I think we're back to being good now.
Okay. Right. Are you back to being
Continue.
good? All right. Anyway,
I'm
Wicked
fine.
is a prequel to The Wizard of Oz, and it's the pre-story of the witches.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it'll be kind
Glenda and the Bad Witch.
And Brunhilde or whatever her name was.
Yeah, right. Broomhilda.
Brunhilde.
Oh, whatever the hell she calls herself.
And
the
then
house fell on her. Who cares?
On the way home, this guy sends me a text on Facebook. He's like, "Hey, man, what are you doing tomorrow night?" I said, well, it's Friday. He goes, "I got an extra ticket for Ted Nugent." And no.
I'd see Ted.
No.
I'll see Ted. I've never seen Nugent. Oh, absolutely. I've never seen Nugent in concert. I've heard really good things, and I like most. I would say to me, he's always been underrated as far as a musician goes because I like a good portion of his stuff. I'm not a huge Nugent fan, but if I had a free ticket, I'd probably go to the show.
I'm burned out on him. No way.
Yeah.
No. Just too many times playing Cat Scratch Fever. Too much.
Yeah.
Too much of his big mouth shooting off about everything. It's like, no, I'm done with you.
Yeah, I like Ted.
Well, good for you. All right, well, see if you can find a free ticket.
Well, and then somebody to drive me there because I don't feel like driving all that way.
Of course not.
If you give me a limo service,
free ticket and a limo. Yeah, perfect. Just what you need.
If you figure out a way to get a limo from Grand Rapids or Middleville to Muskegon, I'd do it.
He's not in Muskegon. He's in Grand Rapids.
Or Grand Rapids. Okay, Middleville to Grand Rapids. Yeah.
Even less for the limo. Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
So get your friend to get on the stick.
Good luck on that. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you.
All right.
Do some news.
All right, let's do it. 14 people are now dead, more than 100 injured following a terrorist attack in Spain on Thursday. A jihadist reportedly used a van to target pedestrians on a busy seat in Barcelona. 15 people are in serious condition. The death toll is expected to rise.
God. World's gone nuts, man.
Yeah. You don't even know what to say. It doesn't. The fact that it does, you don't even bat an eye when you hear about it anymore.
I do. Reading. I mean, it makes me want to throw up. And you know what? This stuff, the fact that it goes on there, it goes on here, it goes on with domestic people now in the United States, and it's just honestly, as long as we've been doing this, even through things like 9/11 and things like that, have you ever? Well, and I don't necessarily say. You know what? I might even say that I've never felt more unstable than I do today.
There's an argument to be made for that. There's also an argument to be made for that's kind of a false feel, like you shouldn't feel that. I think with social media, I think with Twitter, I think with the 24-hour news cycle, we're just bombarded with it. I don't know that it's necessarily happening more. It's just there's more focus on it, and we know about every horrible thing that happens at the time it happens on a continuing basis. We just know about it right away.
But I'm just here to tell you, I don't personally think I've ever lived in a time where the world was more of a powder keg.
Like I said,
I think all those things that you just mentioned fuel it. Mm-hmm. I really do.
Yeah, I think it fuels it, but like I said, I don't know that it's necessarily more. I would have to do research on it that I'm too lazy to actually do.
Well, of course,
to figure out if more of that is really happening. But I just, maybe it's because you're in the I'm in the news. I hear about this stuff all the time. It's like a surgeon walking through an operating room filled with horribly sick, disfigured people. You get numb to it, or it will drive you crazy. It will. Yeah. You'd be nonstop crying or hysterical.
Well, I like the way you got to figure out a way to surgeon.
Yeah, I'm kind of like a surgeon in a way.
Exactly, the surgeon of the news world.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of similar. We kind of do the same thing.
Of course you do.
A Democratic state senator in Missouri is facing calls for her resignation after posting on Facebook Thursday that she hopes President Trump is assassinated. Senator Maria Chappelle-Nadal deleted the post, but a screenshot was saved and shared on Twitter. Nadal has since said she regretted her post, but not her anger at the president. Democrats are calling on her to resign. She says, hell no. How can you be this dumb? How can you be this stupid in this era that we currently live in, where everybody knows what you can't, once you put something out there on social media, it's out there forever.
Forever.
You can't delete it.
Nope.
You can't. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
It's just so dumb.
Mm-hmm.
It's unforgivably stupid.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that I think I do buy into the thought that people are getting progressively dumber. We're more tech savvy, but progressively we're getting dumber as a people, without question.
Sure.
I don't think I would. And how do you do this? A lot of people don't like the president. That's fine to not like the president. You actually, it's a good thing to write. He should be assassinated. I believe that might be. I'm not sure. I think that's a federal crime.
It might be.
I think that's he should be. I don't know. Anyway, what else is going on? Dozens of billboards are popping up in and around Lansing promoting the legalization of recreational marijuana. So far, pro-marijuana groups have collected almost 200,000 signatures to get it on the ballot for 2018. Right now, they are about 50,000 shy of the required amount. I believe their goal is 370,000. So, they're eventually going to get there.
It's got to be done. It's just, the amount of time the cops are wasting on it and the amount of people that actually want it legalized.
Yeah.
Let's not mention the opioid crisis that's going on. I'm not going to say that one balances out the other or anything like that, but enough.
Speaking of drugs, when you think about how much the funding, drug funding goes into helping terrorist groups. This is something I didn't know. I was listening to an interview with the guy who killed bin Laden. And when they got into his compound, one of the things that they were shocked was the amount of opium that was in there that they were using to fund that was being sold and used Al Qaeda. It's amazing the amount of money that is in illegal drugs, and you legalize some of this stuff, you're going to get that. You're going to get that down.
And you know what? In America, all it takes is getting a prescription for those illegal opioids.
Exactly.
You know?
At this point, I mean, come on, tax the hell out of it and get some fruits for our labor.
Crazy.
Anyway. Finally, the Harbor Hospice Foundation is back in Muskegon this weekend. The two-day event is highlighted by the regatta on Saturday, starting at 1 p.m. at the Muskegon Yacht Club, with hundreds of boats hitting the lake for a race. That race has raised over $300,000 for local hospice care. The race and family picnic runs from noon to 5:30. $10 for adults, $6 for children at 12 and under. Anything you can do to help out hospice. I was a volunteer for hospice years ago.
Really?
My dad dealt with hospice care at the end of his in his final days when he was dealing with cancer. They're just people involved with hospice are just some of the most wonderful people on the planet.
Yeah.
And anything you can do to help them or fund them is you're doing the Lord's work. It's
agree totally.
Incredible.
I agree totally.
Sports, Cubs lose. They play a softball game with Cincinnati, lose 13-10. Tigers were off. They take on the Dodgers tonight. And the Lions preseason home opener against the Jets, kickoff 7 o'clock.
Can't wait for that. All right, Dave, have a great weekend. Enjoy the time down at Stinky's Bar in Middleville there. Enjoy your Hams drafts or whatever you're going to be drinking, and we'll talk to you Monday.
See ya.